No. Yes, no, we have to. We already found out that. Yes, it is.
Can you explain what you guys are doing?
Trying to figure out candy.
How many do you have to ship? 60. How many different ways have you found so far?
3.
We have 30 on the bottom. Hi.
What are you working on? Which one is that? What do you think it's going to end up being?
10 by 3 by 2. Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay, what's that a model of?
So 1 10 by 10 12. 1 by 5 by 5.
Okay, good job. What model are you girls working on?
2 by 5 by 6. Wait. Would it be 6 or 2? No, up to.
What's that a model of? What's that a model of?
3 by 2 by 10.
That's good.
Volume is 60 inches square because we use 60 inches. They're cute.
Okay, the Bob Saget's. My group bag Bob Saget's. What did you determine in the KMS Candy Company as being the best shaped box to send?
3 by 4 by 5.
Why?
Because it's the cheapest way to it's the cheapest way to get 60 cubic inches of candy into one box.
It costs only 11 cents.
Yeah.
Per box?
Yeah.
And what is it that you were calculating that you found out that it was the smallest? It cost the less, the least.
The research.
Okay, what would you like to recommend to me? Why?
And it costs
Okay, which one did you find was the worst box to go ship?
1 by 1 by 60.
And why do you think that is?
That shape box was 3 by 4 by 5. It is the least expensive at only 11 cents and uses the least amount of cardboard out of all the boxes.
Okay, so when you were figuring that out, what were you finding on each one of the different dimensions?
As the surface area went up, the cost of the cardboard went up, which wasn't really a surprise. We had a couple that were really had a lot of surface area, so we couldn't use it. We have 1 times 6 feet. That was the most expensive. That was the most expensive of all of them. 242 inches.
Okay, what was the one that you recommended? How much did it cost?
It costed 11 cents. It was 3 by 4 by 5 with a surface area of 94 inches square.
Bosses, what are you going to recommend?
We're going to recommend the 3 by 4 by 5 box because it's a lot cheaper buying that box than any other boxes because it has the cheapest amount of price for the cardboard, the surface area.
The worst box is the 1 by 1 by 60 inch box.
How much did the 3 by 4 by 5 box cost?
11 cents.
Purple Trolls, what would you like to present to me?
The best shape box is 5 times 4 times 3.
And its surface area is 94 inches square.
And it costs 11 cents.
It is the best box because it is the cheapest and it has the smallest surface area.
Wonderful. What did you find? What was the one that you would say you would never recommend?
60 times 1 times 1.
And
It cost 29 cents. The surface area was 242 inches square.
Okay, Toaster Offers, what are you going to recommend to me?
The best shaped box is the 5x4x3.
It's the best shaped box because it costs the least and also has the least amount of surface area.
And they cost the lowest.
Which one costs the most?
The 60 by 1 by 1.
And why did it cost the most?
29 cents.
What's that 29 cents based on?
The surface area of 242 inches squared.
What would you like to present to me?
Okay, well, we're going to present the surface area and the dimensions of the KMS Candy Company, of how much the cardboard costs.
Okay, what would you recommend me shipping my 60?
3 by 5 by 4 because it's the cheapest and it can hold 60 inches of candy.
Why is it the cheapest? Cheapest for what?
It's the cheapest of the cardboard for each box.
And the cardboard covers the what?
63.
Surface area. Good. Okay.
That the 5 by 3 by 4 box has the smallest measurements and the lowest price.
And it's the lowest in cost because why?
It takes up the least surface area.
What was the worst shaped box? Which one would you never recommend me shipping my candies in?
60 by 1 by 1.
How much surface area did that have?
232 inches squared.
Well, we found that 3 by 4 by 5 is the best box.
It has the smallest surface area
And the lowest price.
yeah, and the least amount of cardboard.
Yeah. Lowest price.
Okay, we think that the best shaped box for the KMS Candy Company to make would be a 3 times 4 times 5 dimensions because it has the lowest surface area and was the cheapest to make. It was only 11 cents compared to others.
How many different ways did you come up with shipping 60?
We came up with 8.
Okay, candy canes. What do you suggest for the KMS Candy Company?
We suggest the box that's 4 by 5 by 3 because its surface area is only 94 inches squared and if it costs only 11 cents to ship.
Okay, which one did you find was the most expensive to ship?
We found the most expensive to be the 1 by 1 by 60 because it will cost 29 cents to ship
Why would it cost so much?
because it's really long.
Okay. So what does it have a greater of?
It has greater surface area.
But it shipped the same volume though, right?
Yeah.
What's your recommendation? The yellows?
We think the best dimensions are 5 by 4 by 3 because they make the cheapest. It takes the cheapest cost to have the cardboard because it has the smallest surface area, while containing the same volume.
Okay, was there any example that you found that you would definitely not recommend?
Definitely not 1 by 1 by 60.
And why is
because
that?
It'd be the most inefficient of all of them because it has the largest surface area while still having the same volume, but it's more expensive.
Okay, the I Love Chickens group. What would you like to recommend to the KMS Candy Company?
The best shaped box was
3 by 4 by 5.
and why it was the best because it cost less and
It didn't take up much space. It took up the least space out of all the boxes.
Why didn't it cost much to ship?
because the surface area was lower than all the others.
Okay, but I still can ship how many cubic?
60 inches.
Okay.